Hello to everyone in SpeechCom 101 land. I don't know about you, but for me, last week was a complete blur. I think I may have actually just skipped over Wednesday entirely. I don't remember it all that well. Most of my classes had assignments. Your class was the only one that was the exception, so I'm still working through some grading and keeping busy that way. But I did want to take just a few minutes to talk about what we're going to cover this week, and I think we've got some really exciting content for you and really important stuff to talk about. The first thing that we're going to talk about is Prezi 1, which will address the informative speech, and it's going to focus on how informative speeches give us brand new information or a new way of looking at familiar terms. So really what we're trying to do with that information is keep an informative speech informative rather than allowing it to become persuasive. That's going to be the focus. If we can keep it on providing brand new information or providing a new way of looking at familiar topics, then we can prevent ourselves from wandering off into persuasion, which is kind of hard. Even for trained professional speakers, it's very easy to become a persuasive speech. The other thing that we're going to cover this week is reasoning, and we're going to look at several types of arguments and how those arguments come together. And this is not only important for speeches, but it's a really useful and great tool to use as far as critical thinking and in our day-to-day lives, because the different types of arguments that we're going to see in this Prezi are around us every day. They pop up even when we aren't even really paying attention. And so these are the mechanisms that we use to try to communicate with people. And as a result, understanding where they come from, what their pieces are, how they're supported, all that gives us a lot of empowerment and allows us to be very critical in consuming messages and putting together our own messages. We do have a Twitter assignment this week, and by the way, I just wanted to mention that a former student of mine and then a cousin of mine who will be a freshman at Oregon State this fall have both contacted me and let me know that they're really enjoying the tweets that go out from my classes. They're finding them very interesting and very useful, and so you guys are doing an awesome job with your tweets. Keep that up. I know we're actually coming up on the halfway point, but I just wanted to give you a bit of encouragement there because there's been some great feedback from people who are like, this is great to see the students sharing like this and they're coming up with great ideas. So keep it up, and I hope you're enjoying it because I do enjoy it as well, and I think it's a great way to share this information and allow ourselves to exchange ideas. So I hope you have a really awesome week and really dive into this cool information about informative speeches and the role of reasoning. If you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to ask. And also be thinking about possible topics for informative speeches. We're not quite there yet, but if you want to start milling some ideas over, it's probably a good idea.